The following is a special presentation of the PDF Sports Network.
Hey, what it do? Man, what it up? There we go. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing awesome this morning. Yeah, I really don't like doing this one. Yeah, that's wild. I'm gonna take all that time to share. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? All right. So, we had some football yesterday. My apologies, is going to be a very quick check-in update with everybody, just to go over the scores from yesterday, make some points, and then everybody enjoys their football Sunday. And then next week, I'll get on the phone with Drewski or Hunch and try to get them kick-started into getting excited about this football season again. We got a couple things to talk about. East Coast Football League had their championship yesterday. Great game, by the way. And then, there it is. It's 46, Jesus Christ. Okay, so I share it to the Bleezy's page. I'll share it to the pages later on. If you could do me a favor, if you're in any of those other areas, because I can't share it to everybody right this second. If you could do me a favor and share it to all the local pages. Players Lounge, what's going on? If I reduce my screen, there we go, boom. EFA, good morning. Hope all is well. What's up, Keys? How you doing, sir? Can you give us the rundown on how that Knowles game against the Bears went? It was a very decisive game. Me, myself, my apologies. I wanted to be at that game. I was at the Savannah Bananas game with the family. Awesome time, by the way. As everybody checks in, MPA, what's up? What up? Oh, the Knowles are back. Okay. Got it. Can you give me a little summary? Who scored touchdowns and such? I'm going to check out the film a little later on today after Little Man has soccer and 2 baseball games, because that's what my life has become, which is absolutely awesome, by the way. Big shout out to all the dads out there hanging out. Bully ball. Ooh, golly. Yeah, and I'm glad that you said that. Again, I'll check out the film to give more specifics. It's just one of those matchups that don't fare well for the Bears. Bears do extraordinarily well against Pharaohs, and then everybody enjoys their football. They do very well against the Pharaohs, but ultimately struggle with the Knowles. So some intriguing stuff going on. So what's up? What do we got going on? Well, get some gargle real quick. Let's run it down, shall we? Well, what was supposed to be the game of the week ended up being a game that was that got out of hand. the Seminoles manhandled the New York Bears. We even saw Noble with the bet. Big shout out to Randy. Gave up 0 sacks. Love to see the competition in a very positive vibe way. My man had to pay up for not getting to the quarterback. That's what this thing is about. Healthy rivalry, good competition, and just people in good spirits and such. So big shout out to those guys. So Seminoles and Bears. We saw had the Bears as a 2.5-point underdog. The Seminoles obviously covered that. But check this out for all of my brothers, the military I'm going to save my political jokes on that one, but okay. Notice, for those of you that always are getting at the odds maker, the spread maker, Bears and Seminoles, 42.5-point on the over-under, and the final score was 33-9. Not sure if you could do the math on that, but 42 points scored with a 42.5 over-under. That's pretty damn accurate, just putting that out there. So, Bears unable to deal with the bully ball of the Seminoles is what I am hearing. Again, let me not jump to conclusions on that because I only got one side of it, and ultimately, gotta see the film to tell the story of that. But the Seminoles move on. The Seminoles are undefeated, and they are looking pretty good. Now, that was the only game in the LAL, so let's go a little bit broader, like the national picture, and go up to the ECFL championship game, which had the Northeast Bulls and the Valley Generals. Northeast Bulls are the champions of the ECFL. Let me just really quickly say, 6-team league dividing themselves into 2 divisions, AA, AAA, at the end of the season is not it at all. In the preliminary game, I'm going to call it a consolation game. I'm going to have trouble labeling that as a championship game, as you had 2 teams that combined had 7 wins. The 4 and 5 or 4 and 6. Well, they ended up 4 and 6. Tri-State Bruins against the 3-win Rhody Ravens team. The Ravens were able to score the upset against the Bruins, even though the Bruins, I believe, defeated the Rhody Ravens in the regular season at least once. I'm not sure if it was twice, but looked like a really good football game. That's the positive part of it. 18-15 means that good football was played, regardless if you call it a championship or a consolation game or whatever you want to call it. But 3-point game, and they played football, which is a lot more than what we've been doing for the past couple of weeks. So big shout out to them. Congratulations to the Rhody Ravens for winning a football game. Moving on, the ECFL championship game was Northeast Bulls and the Valley Generals. This was round 3. And as I said on the show yesterday, I said that this was going to be a close one. I thought that there would be movement at the end and it would get out of hand and such, but big shout out to those guys for keeping it close. And my boss just, come here. My boss just came in and asked me about all this other stuff, because who cares about everybody else? Indeed. What you need?
What do I wear?
What do you wear? Whatever you're comfortable with. You're going to a soccer game.
Like shorts, pants.
Oh, I would wear tights. Pants. Can I get back to my show now?
You mean like
Your regular...
leggings?
Yeah, yes, the pants that you wear all the time. Shout out to her. Indeed. So, where was that? Oh, Northeast Bulls. So the Bulls end up winning 14-12. Again, a 4.5-point spread on that. 39.5 on the over/under. Both teams were threatening to hit 20, so I think that's a good draw at it. Not bad. Where do the Northeast Bulls stand? Valley Generals offense. Offense is the story. They gotta get better play out of the quarterback. They gotta get more speed at the receiver position in terms of being able to get vertical, because they have no vertical threat to get big explosive plays when they need it, and that's something that you really need on this level of football, is explosive plays, because, ironically, funny enough, in this level, players are emotional as hell, and an explosive play in on this level of football with the emotions the way that they are is even more of a swing in terms of momentum than it is, let's say, in college or the NFL for that matter. So that's the ECFL. So they end up their season and wrap things up. And EFL, we had 2 championship games. We had the Windsor Flyers finishing their season undefeated at the AA level, beating the Haverhill Hitmen 28-14. That game's always good between those 2 teams, AA teams, solid teams. Rhode Island Riptide handed the Silverbacks another loss, 28-0 in the Single A championship game. Congratulations to the Rhode Island Riptide Single A champions. In the AAA, again we're talking about national level and who's the top dogs in the area, and I will definitely bring out let me just check the comments real quick if I'm getting commentary. What it do? Good morning. Good morning. So at a certain point, we got to start looking at this national picture and who's in and who's out and who could compete with who. And it's the New England Bombers, who I thought I was going to be leading the show today once I saw what they were doing to Mill City and winning 40-13. 40-13 in a AAA semifinal is something that absolutely is impressive. So with that being said, the Bombers, I was thinking about, their spot at the top of the standings is the number 1, but then the Seminoles did what they did to the Bears yesterday. So all in all, I think we're just coming to the conclusion that Northeast Bulls, New England Bombers, Brooklyn Seminoles, New York Bandits. That's a good 4 teams to be dealing with, and the 4th team, New York Bandits. How did the Bandits do yesterday? What's going on, Coach Black? What did it do?
What's going on, boss man? How's everything, man?
Everything is beautiful. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right, man. Up early Sunday morning with Pat. You know how that goes.
Yes, sir. So you guys went up to Schenectady yesterday. Tell us how that went.
The drive was way more interesting than the game. It's just one of those days. 22 zip. All the points scored in 1 quarter.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. We started off slow. Both teams started off slow
Mm-hmm.
in the first half. For some reason, it's been like that for the last 2 years, starting off slow. But then nice 3rd quarter. And then we had literally a 6-play 4th quarter, and the game ended. So I can't explain that.
Ooh,
There's
shit.
also an 8-play 1st quarter, but it is what it is.
Oh, man. Do you think that was more of a reflection of the play clock or lack thereof, or do you think the referees were just trying to get out of there because they saw that there was a team from the Bronx playing?
It's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both. Referees, they could have been a little bit better, but from the time they showed up, they wanted to get out.
Oh.
They just did 2 games before that, and I get it.
Mm.
I get it. It's semi.
Oh, man, that's tragic.
So,
nonetheless, give us your reflections on the Lions, because we've seen them. My apologies, I'm adjusting the camera because of the zoom in feature that Facebook does. So tell us your impressions of the Lions. Where is that program going?
if they stay in Schenectady, they're not going to go too far. I ain't going to lie. Because nobody wants to go up there. But I don't know. To me, the team is always about the coaching staff, and they need a better coaching staff because the players need to believe into something to actually put their money into next year. So if you're going back, constant years of just losing and it's not looking better, there was the Mountaineers last year and they folded, and they had a spring that was all right, and then they haven't won a game this summer.
Wait, that's kind of brutal. They had a really good spring. I mean, maybe by your standards, not because you're at the point in your career where it's like championship or bust, regardless of where you go and
It's not about to me, it's not about championship or bust. It's about good football or bust. Can you sell this product to your players next year? What you're doing right now, can you sell that to your players next year? Will they be back? And if they won't be back, how are you going to get new recruits? You know, so it's just like you got to put yourself in a situation as a coach where your players just believe in your ability to at least get them from 0 to 10 or 0. But you know, I mean, everybody want to go 0 to 100. But if you go 0 to 10, 0 to 20, and you have players that believe in your process, then it's possible. So that's why I always give out the last 3 seasons. Folded, decent spring, haven't won a game. If I am the starting quarterback, what's making me stay? And that's all on the coaching staff. And people don't understand that it really comes down to that. It comes to the coaching staff because I got to believe in the product that I'm playing in.
I see. So turning to today's EFA games, because we like to promote everybody, even if they don't like to promote themselves. Sorry about that. Jab, jab.
They know.
The Demon Knights are hosting the Tar Heels. Where are those teams at, in your opinion?
Tar Heels, I think today is their test. Tar Heels is another team that, they start up and then they close shop. They start up and they close up shop. So you got to see, and they're playing against a well-coached team that actually has a game plan. A lot of people don't like the fact that the Demon Knights run the same 6 plays all year, every year for the last 20 years. But they have a game plan. And if you can't stop their game plan, they will beat you. Now, the issue is most good coaches stop their game plan. So the question is, can the Tar Heels stop their game plan? That's why it's easy to believe in Sean. And and they actually have a defensive coordinator that's actually, that can actually coach. So today the whole test is on the Tar Heels. Can they score? Can they keep up with Demon Knights?
Nice.
I think Demon Knights win. To me, I think Demon Knights win. But it's all about how do they win.
Okay. So question for you. You mentioned the Tar Heels opening up shop, closing up shop, and then you mentioned the Lions who might be more continuous. They don't miss complete seasons, although they did have a season that ended prematurely with the Mountaineers or what have you. Is it better, and this is part of the plague of semi-pro football, is it better to shut it down and reopen it when you have some of the elements or promise of some of the elements that you spoke about that is required to build a good program? Or do you just push through the bad years and kind of like the Bandits? The Bandits had some putrid years.
You push through the bad years because you're showing everybody that you're resilient. You're showing everybody that you will be around. I will be here tomorrow, and I think that's the best thing. I know that the Demon Knights can offer players, regardless of what their season ends, and they're going to be around tomorrow. No matter what happens with any other team or what, they're going to be around. I think that's consistency, and you want players wants to see that type of consistency. But there's some players that want to see shit burn. They want to see shit. When I leave, this whole thing got to end. But you got to stay away from those players. But. Teams that are stuck around for a long time, they go through the good, then they go through the bad. When you're only built for the good, semi's not going to be for you. You got 2-3 year lifespan because you will be bad within 3 years. It's all about how you maneuver it.
Yeah.
Except me, though. You know what I mean? I haven't been bad in a long time.
Yeah. So
long time.
I would say the top. Give me a percentage. I think it's 10%. It might be closer to 5. But what percentage of semi-pro teams can be good for extended periods of time? I think a majority of teams, the newness and the pop of, oh, we got new uniforms, oh, we have a new logo, oh, you always dreamed of playing for this particular NFL team. We're just like them with their logo, and that novelty wears off usually the 3-year window. So what do you think in terms of percentage of semi-pro is built to be past that 3 years and can survive losing?
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think 70% of the teams are built for longevity. I think 70% of the teams are built for longevity, and I say that proudly because you only have 30% of the teams that's always pushing championship games, championships. The funny part is I don't think you was there, but you was part of that meeting when Coach Bill years ago pulled us into that van and had that conversation. Remember?
Yes,
And he asked me like, why do you keep talking about championships? And I'm like, because that's what we're here for. You know, I'm here to win. And like, I was on my shit back in 2014, 2015. And I just didn't understand what he was saying. He was like, no, this is build a team, build a team to have a team. Build a team for camaraderie. Build a team for brotherhood. Build a team for that. And you'll never go out of business. But once you start building a team for championships and you miss 2 championships, your team is folded. Just you're pushing something that can't be happening. And like we've seen that with the Silverbacks.
Yep.
The Silverbacks came out to be a championship team. It didn't last. The Hitmen came out to be a championship team. It just didn't last. Because you got to win a championship when you're pushing that. You got to win a championship.
Do you think that's why the spring was so successful? Because you had 7, 8 teams that their goal was to
this spring was the most successful spring out of all of them because you had teams that just wanted to play football and made the best team win. The Green Wave won the Big East Championship. I don't say too many good things about the Green Wave all the time, but they've been around for about 10 years. They've been around.
As an organization, they've been around for...
They done got their teeth kicked in
12 years, 13
leagues. Yo, literally, they got teeth lying around from Boston all the way to I can't say Baltimore or South Jersey because they didn't even travel to those games. But they get their teeth kicked in for the last 10 years. So you know that they're going to, be around. And teams, players gravitated towards a team that's going to be around. They don't push championships. They can't. They never won one until last year. But, they won a championship. And everybody's saying last spring was amazing because there was nobody pushing chip or die, chip or die, chip or die. They just pushed football.
Right.
And if you could push good football, you'll end up winning championships.
Yeah, and to be the champion of the season that was most successful in memory, I think definitely has a lot of stock. So going into next spring, it's going to be very interesting how that dictates movement and what's opening up and what's not and who's staying where or what have you. Whether it's let's continue with the greatness that was this spring and try to do it again, or if people know better and then try to hit the panic button and then reshuffle the deck.
Yeah. But the players will do that for you. They'll hit the panic. They will hit that button for you, the panic button. They're like, oh snap! They know what's going on everybody else's roster, and they say, we can't handle this. You lied. We're not winning a championship this year, and they'll do that.
Interesting. So what's your take on I was looking forward to that Gravediggers game. Oh, sorry, Keith. I went over that before. The Bruins and the Rhody Ravens beat the Bruins 18-15 in the what they were calling the AA championship game. It was the 6-team league that is the ECFL. The bottom 3 teams created their own. Were given their own playoff structure. Whatever. Moving on. Patterson Gravediggers. I was looking forward to that matchup last week. They are out for their respect. I love the energy of that program. What's your take on it?
I mean, I love their program too. I love everything about them. I love their coaching staff, and I love the camaraderie of the Gravediggers. We got them in Patterson this weekend coming up.
Oh, nice.
And that was the only game that we lost in the EFA last year, so we're trying to get that back.
Nice.
That's big for us.
I gotta admit, in full disclosure, whenever they're playing, I look when I do the spreads. Part of me says, I want to make them an underdog just to see the reaction because them dudes just come out like, no, we ain't doing this. You gotta say, I don't care what happened before. I don't care about your logic, Patterson. This is bull.
Nah, when you do your thing, make them the favorite. They're home team and they're undefeated against the Bandits at home.
That part, absolutely, 100%.
Even though they're 1-2 against the Bandits, but they are undefeated against us at home. So
undefeated at home.
So let's give them the 10-point spread.
10 points is a little much. I think we're opening probably at 6.5.
No. Give them 10. Give them 10.
Give them 10. Okay.
Give them 10. Because I'm gonna put my money up too. So I want you to give them 10.
Oh man. So you got the FanDuel alternate spread that you're dropping the 10.5. So last question, and then I got to get to Anthony's games today.
Go
We've
ahead.
got regionally the Northeast Bulls are the ECFL champions. Not sure if you were able to see them. They are built very similar to the Pharaohs.
Mm-hmm.
You have the New England Bombers in a AAA semifinal in the NEFL, and the NEFL has legit AAA teams playing other AAA teams throughout the season with a AAA schedule. They blew out the Mill City Eagles 40-13 yesterday. They are advancing to the championship to play the Boston Bandits, who I'm sure you're familiar with, correct?
Boston Bandits.
Absolutely. So,
Remember they had the Bandit Bowl like about 15 years ago.
yes, that's when they went through the toll booth and broke the arm on the toll booth.
Yeah, we had the Bandit Bowl a couple of years ago, and come to find out, remember that Boston Bandits? That's where the player played that got off by
Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez.
Indeed. So right now the Bombers are taking the throne from the Admirals. That's what it looks like. Although never underestimate the Boston Bandits. So the Bombers are 1-1A like the Brooklyn Seminoles. Their offensive line is formidable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they could deal with the Brooklyn Seminoles' speed on the defensive line, but they're up there. Again, they probably, if they're hosting the Seminoles, actually, let me say it this way: if they're playing the Seminoles in Connecticut, they might be a 1.5 point favorite. That's where I see them right now. Then you have the Seminoles, who are the Seminoles. You know them very well, and then you have the Bandits. If you had to seed those teams based on the limited knowledge that you have, we know this. Northeast Bulls, New England Bombers, no disrespect to the Bandits, Brooklyn Seminoles, and New York Bandits. Give me your seedings 1 through 4.
I would probably go Knowles, Bombers, Admirals, Bandits. Bandits are trash.
Thank you for the message, man. So what we got going on next week? You guys are playing the Grave Diggers in Patterson. Is there any other EFA games next week?
Listen, I don't know it right as of right now, and they probably won't even tell you.
Very nice. Sean Kelvin, everybody, thank you for spending some time with us today, sir.
I'll let you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, man. Real talk. Blessings to you and everybody else, man.
Yes, indeed. Go Birds.
No.
So that is it. Let me just spin this around my fault. Boom, boom, boom. As you see, beautiful day out here. Thank you for spending some time with us. Let me say, I know no real advertisement was made, but we're playing East Penn in Pennsylvania today. Oh, shoot. Okay. There definitely was not a real advertisement for that, but I do appreciate I'm assuming that you're meaning the Pharaohs, because that's what's up. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So if need be, I'll go live this evening or tomorrow. I'm gonna get Drewski up here, man. Drewski really needs to step back in. I get it. Blessings to him. He got a new place. He's doing some interior decorating and like extreme makeover football edition. Drewski doing like the MTV Cribs. Big shout out to Skip Jenkins. Joking on my shoes from the banquet. Good-hearted dude. I just remember the MTV Cribs episode where you rub the wires together on the doorbell. And big shout out to Method Man too. Give him my regards. That was a really funny joke, by the way. So, nonetheless, having awesome Sunday. Go Birds. Enjoy NFL action. You got East Penn playing the Pharaohs today. And you have Connecticut Char Heels playing the Demon Knights today. Next week, championship game in the NEFL. New England Bombers, who could be number 1 in the region, taking on the Boston Bandits. Very historic program. So that's some awesome football as well. I'm going to try to work out my schedule again. Daddy duties, as you hear the door opening. Let's go. Have an awesome day, y'all.